Another week, another OCG Thursday where we go, wow, I wish we could have had crazy ideas like that. Let's dig on into this, shall we? You guys smash the crap out, subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more OCG Thursday. So you always wondered what life would be like if you had triple copies of Ben 10 and 2 copies of That Grass Looks Greener in your format. Well, introducing this bad boy right here. You can put Invoked in this bad boy. You can put Drytron in this bad boy. You can put everything that you want into this great, fantastic deck. So this is basically Invoked Drytron. With a nice little splash of your Shaddoll package. You want to be able to have access to all sorts of cool things? Well, that's cool because you can have everything in your awesome deck. So, we have triple copies of Alistair, the normal summon takes a lot of skill invoker. Triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. We only have room for one Diviner in here. I figured this would be our best starter, but I guess when you can mill all of your Drytron cards off of Grass Looks Greener, what's the point in having all the normal summon starters? We want to be able to normal summon Alistair, not normal summon Herald. We have triple copies of Alpha Thuban, 2 copies of Alteus, triple copies of Eltanin, and triple copies of Albaya. Pretty standard stuff there. Our little mini Shaddoll package is 1 Ariel, 1 Beast, 1 copy of Dragon, and just to ensure that we can slap the full control of things into this bad boy, we have 1 Vanity's Ruler, because hey, you tribute to Ben 10, you can go search for your stun monster, right? Speaking of Ben 10, triple copies of her. Then we have 2 Draconius, 1 copy of Quandranus, okay, and then we have 2 copies of Called by the Grave, triple copies of Cyber Emergency, triple copies of Drytron Fafnir, triple copies of Drytron Nova, 1 copy of Extra Foolish Barrel, 1 Foolish Barrel itself, 1 Heartbeast Feather Duster, 2 copies of Invocation, 2 Magical Meltdown, 2 copies of Metanus, triple copies of Pie Desires, triple copies of Shaddoll Fusion, 1 Terraforming, 2 copies of That Grass Looks Greener, and triple copies of Triple Tactics Talents. Wrapping up everybody's favorite bad boy awesome. What? This is just activate grass, win the game, I feel like. Down here in the extra deck, we have 1 Link Kariba, 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Boral Sword, 1 Actual Alistair the Invoker Madness. I don't see this card see a lot of play anymore. It's actually kind of sad, because this card's a lot of fun. We have 1 copy of Assemble Nightingale, 2 copies of Mubeta, 1 Zeus Machine, 1 copy of Herald, 1 Dragster, 2 copies of Makaba, 1 Anintis, and then 1 Construct and 1 App Cologne. Wow. Huh. They're not even playing Wind down here. Strange. Side deck here is triple copies of Lancia, triple copies of Nibiru, triple copies of Forbidden Droplet, triple copies of Twin Twisters, 2 copies of Evenly Matched, and 1 copy of Red Reboot. Wrapping up the 60 card cluster. We have no Maxis in here, alright? We don't even care about Window. Like, we always give Window a bunch of crap in the TCG. We're like, oh my god, this card is so unfair, so unbalanced. To be fair, it's annoying to play against, I get that, but man, when you don't even want to play it, that's a big argument. So, interesting take on this. I do know that, like, Grass's existence is a big issue. This card does warp the format. Even though a lot of players are like, no, like, Grass doesn't affect the OCG in the way we think it does. But it and Maxi are 2 very troublesome cards, alright? Yes, there's always going to be that one time you might play against somebody playing, you know, a bigger deck than you, and then they just slap it on the table. They mill, like, triple Mizuki, all the Goizukis in the world, Plague Spreader, and all this other stuff. Now your opponent's basically comboing from their graveyard on you, and I mean, what do you got? Like a Maxi? Sure. But, like, what's that really going to do? You Maxi, they hit the second grass, they're going to go even further beyond. So, that's something, too. Man, how hard can you combo the deck? I actually wonder how consistent this bad boy ends up being. Okay, well, next up. Okay, we have some Salamangreat here. Now, the world of the OCG has this beautiful card right here called Decode Talker Heat Soul. 2 Cybers monsters with different attributes. Well, that's pretty easy to achieve. So, hey, good thing these fit the requirement for win. Yeah, I mean, a lot of our stuff is fire. I mean, this is also, you know, light, but that's fine. Gain survival and attack for each monster's card points to. Sure, man, that's easy. Quick effect, you can pay 1,000 life points, draw a card. And then, if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can banish this card from the field and introduce by summon a Link 3 or lower Cybers monster from your deck, except for Decode Talker Heat Soul. So, we can actually tag out on the opponent's turn for this. Also, this is a quick effect to draw. I think that's the best thing about this is if you make this and then defensively on your opponent's turn, you go, oh, hey, I want to pay some life points to net another resource, you can do that. Like, this card's a powerhouse. I actually hope we get it soon. All right, so we have triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, triple copies of everybody's favorite Effect Veiler, triple copies of Lady Debug, triple copies of Max C, one Nibiru, triple copies of Parallel Exceed, one copy of Salamangreat Falco, one Foxy, one Gazelle, triple copies of Jaguar, one Mole. We're really playing the Mole. During the main phase, if you would link summon this turn, you can special summon this card from your hand to his own this card points to. This card's actually pretty good. Alright, and then you can banish it to shuffle 5 Salamangreat cards into the deck and then draw 2 cards, but only for like the grindier games does that actually come up. We have one Spinny, we have 2 copies of Called by the Grave, 2 copies of Signet Mining, 2 copies of Salamangreat Circle, only 1 Sanctuary and 1 Will. And then we have 1 in pre-order, 2 copies of Rage, 2 copies of Roar, and triple copies of Solemn Judgment, wrapping up the main deck here. Interesting enough, it looks like that they're not even pushing as hard as the TCG does with this. I think in the TCG, like, you always will see 2 to 3 of this card. Honestly, like, only seeing 1 of this ends up not being enough half of the time. Extract 9, we have 1 Transcode Talker, 2 copies of Splash Mage, triple copies of Sunlight Wolf, triple copies of Balinix, 1 copy of Little Owl Mirage, 1 copy of the best dang card in the deck. Then we have 1 Apple OC, 1 Access Machine, 1 Mirage Dahlia, and 1 Duke RS. Isn't it great knowing that the OCG gets to abuse Mirage Dahlia? Good times. Then we have 2 Scythe, 1 Pankratops, 1 Ghost Ogre, 1 Nibiru, 1 Harvey's Feather Duster, triple copies of Mystical Space Typhoon, 1 Talents, triple copies of Artifact Sanctum, and 2 copies of everybody's other favorite trap card, the format called Infinite Impermanence, wrapping up a nice little control variant of Salad. This is pretty basic, all things considered, for the format that they really go through. It's actually kind of nice to see that even, you know, an old deck like this can still have the chance to succeed, even though it looks very basic on paper. And then the last list we have for you guys today. Is this Stardust? So we have Dark Synchro here. Okay, so we're basically going to access our toolbox here, drain a bunch of advantage, and we're going to slap Baroness on the table here, and we're going to laugh at our opponent. So basically, this is some basic stuff. So we have 1 copy of Armageddon Knight, triple copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 1 copy Chaos Valkyria, triple copies of Dark Gruffer, 2 copies of Destiny Hero Malicious, triple copies of Distrito, 2 copies of Doppel Warrior, 1 copy of the Dot Scraper, 1 copy of Fairy Tale Snow, 2 copies of Jet Synchron, 1 copy of the O-Lion, 1 Plague Spreader with 1 Red Resonator. Then we have 2 Stardust Synchron. So if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can tribute 1 monster, special summon this card, but banish when it leaves the field. You can add special summon extra for this turn, except for Synchro monsters. If this card is normal special summon, you can add a spell or trap card that's specifically at list Stardust Dragon. So you can get Stardust Illuminate here. So you can summon 1 Stardust monster from your deck to the graveyard, and if you do, or if you control Stardust Synchro monster, specifically list that card in its text, you can special summon that monster from your deck instead. Manage this card from your graveyard and target 1 Stardust monster you control increase or reduce its level by 1. Well, that's pretty freaking good. And then we have the 1 copy of Trail here. Every monster or monsters you control is tributed, except during damage step. Special summon this card from your graveyard. Okay. If it was there when, or tributed, or hand, even if it was not, but banished when it leaves the field. If a Warrior, Synchron, or Stardust Synchro monster is using this card as material, you get to special summon a Stardust token to the field, which you will be able to use to climb up further in the plays. Then we have 1 Synchron Resonator, 1 Chaos Creator, triple Lure Darkness, 1 Black Garden, 2 Called by the Grave, 1 copy of Card Destruction, 1 Chaos Base, 1 DDR, 1 Foolish Barrel, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 1-for-1, 1 Rhoda, 1 Resonator Column, 1 Stardust Illuminate. Extra here we have 1 Auroradon, 1 Hulk, 1 Trishula, 1 Hyper Librarian, 1 Shooting Riser, 1 Omega, 1 Garden Rose, 1 Formula, 1 Quandrex, 1 Coral, 1 Chaos Ruler, 1 Borload, 1 Black Rose, 1 Baroness de Fleur, and 1 Excel Synchron. Side here we have 1 Pankratops, 2 Phantasme, triple Maxi, 2 Nibiru, 1 Arby's Feather Duster, 1 Raigeki, 2 Twin Twisters, 1 in pre-order, 1 copy of Red Reboot, and 1 Vanity's Emptiness. Wrapping up this chunk of OCG deck lists for you guys for this week. So guys, what do you think about these lists? Please leave a comment down below, tell me what you guys think. Smash your lovely crab subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. And I will see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. Have a good rest of your day, guys. Peace. Thank you, patrons, for making the ride never truly end. Without you guys' support, well, I would probably Guys, please check out VanCool40 for all of your Cardfight Vanguard content brought to you by MCool40. And if you are looking to pick up singles, check out mcoolgames.com for your trading card game needs. Thanks for watching, everybody.